am a slave.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let's talk. So, as you've just seen in the picture of Imran Khan's recently rather disgusting attempts made by foreign powers, I absolutely believe that the US would attempt this. I completely and utterly believe this because China and Pakistan have had incredibly close ties for years now, and China is not getting on board with the mass sanctions against Russia, but is not backing Russia's attack. You mean that they're being incredibly neutral in the situation, which is very wise from China's point of view. Pakistan, on the other hand, has gone over to make deals to improve the lives of his people by acquiring cheap wheat and cheap fuel for his people, because he's protecting his people. Western sanctions are biting Russia, and Russia is looking for new customers. We should expect that. Now, it's right for us as Europeans to sanction Russia, because let's be fair about this, Russia has basically tried to invade a European country. It's completely right for us to do so. But it's a bit hypocritical to start using Western powers, especially these American-backed. Remember, the military in Pakistan is practically owned by the American CIA. Anybody who says otherwise is delusioning themselves. They really are. The Pakistani military is bought and paid for by US money, US arms deals and US contracts. So we know exactly where they sit. And Mr. Khan and them have never been in good relations recently. As back in about 3 to 6 months, he has not had good relationships with them. So in essence, you've got the opposition who have managed to peel off some of his coalition allies, who have managed to then basically look to make a civilian vote of no confidence. And he has gone to the polls to ask the people. He basically dissolved Parliament. That is a legitimate method. He is basically calling a general election whether or not his leadership is worthwhile. That is democratic. And you see, the problem is the double standards of the democratic West in maintaining their disgusting, deceptive behaviour is what we must stand up to. And it must be held accountable that though I don't agree with a lot of what Mr. Khan says, he is the elected lawful Prime Minister of Pakistan, and the West interfering in him because he's buying cheap fuel and cheap wheat from Russia. He's looking after his fucking people. That's a country's Prime Minister's first, second and third duty. But not in the West. Their first, second and third duty is looking after corporations. Alhamdulillah.